just the atmosphere and the sheer number of people and just the passion of it, not even including the competition on track, but just the experience itself is like nothing, like no event I've ever been to.
It was awesome, and I think I watched one race before I came, and it was just about a month ago. But it was the experience, and I knew that it was going to be, just because, especially after watching that race and knowing that there's so many people at a race in support of whoever rider that that they're cheering for. It was just the feeling in the stands was awesome.
We saw Rossi on his home track with his home fans. It was fabulous.
We had awesome scenes. Yeah, that was, when you told me where we were sitting in the Ducati stand, I'm like, yes.
We were talking about it between races, some of the group and I. We're like, this is probably what it's like to go to Game 7 of the World Series in Yankee Stadium. Everyone there was so into it and so knowledgeable, but as we talked about a little bit more, like this isn't even like that, because those are now to the point where it's like corporations own all the tickets, so the real fans don't get to go to Game 7 of the World Series. There it was like, it seemed like 200,000 real fans.
I'd been to one MotoGP in Austin in April, so this is what, September, 5 months ago. Misano was cool. The European fans are crazy. The Rossi fans are crazier. So it was a great time, had lots of fun, perfect weather, and a completely different experience than Austin's MotoGP, in a good way.
But until you're actually there and you see the yellow smoke and smell the different sounds and hear the engines, it's just incredible. That was something else. We follow the GP a lot. We've been to a few different races around the world, and I've heard the commentators say before that if you could only go to one GP, it was Mugello, was it, you know. If you're not a VR46 fan, probably don't bother coming. But anyway, it was fantastic.
But when it comes to MotoGP, Mugello, it is indescribable. You've never experienced 100,000 people all focused on the same thing. But most importantly, you feel like you're part of something. Like, you know, you're standing beside, yeah, of course, Italians, but you're also there with Australians and Brits and Germans. And it doesn't matter where you're from, you're all part of something big.
That was a fantastic experience. For me, it was the first race I'd watched out of the UK. It wasn't just the racing that was good. We were in the Ducati grandstand, so you got a bit of a fan pack, which was nice, and got fed, which is always a plus. And it was just the ambience and the entertainment was just something you wouldn't get in Britain.
But yeah, very intelligent fans, extremely passionate. It was tremendously amusing to watch the crowd reaction when Marquez went off the track. Again, just sensory overload, nothing like going to races in the States.
The best part, though, the part you never see, 100,000 people screaming singing the Italian national anthem at the top of their lungs, the Air Force flyover. You don't even know that happens, but that was, right there, that was worth the trip. That was worth traveling halfway around the world to experience that 5 minutes.
It was really something, and I was really impressed with I was a little nervous getting out of there at the end of the race and whatnot, because I know from home how long it takes. And the guides, I mean, I think we left the track walking and we were back to the motorcycles and back to the hotel in under 2 hours. I mean, you can't do that in a sporting event in the States. So.
Oh, the huge difference is the experience. Let's face it, Italians are very passionate about their motorcycling and their racing, and of course Valentino Rossi. So as a Valentino Rossi fan myself, I went there for the purpose of seeing him race and getting that whole experience that you get from being at the track that you just can't get on a television.
The people were incredibly friendly. I mean, we walked up to a booth to buy, I decided I wanted one of those back things to carry all my stuff. And she's like, oh, do you have hearing plugs? And I'm like, yeah, John bought his earplugs. And he's like going, no, he didn't. She's like, oh, well, here, take these.
With the Italians, it's slightly different atmosphere at Misano to what it would be like at Donington Park. It's in the UK. Mugello is a different thing altogether. I think that really brings out the Italian attitude to racing. But no, absolutely fantastic venue, great view, hospitality was spot on.
And to watch the riders, like everybody can appreciate it. Everybody just soaks it in, and the energy there is outstanding. And that's for 2 days straight. Like it's like you're living in a dream. You wake up in the morning and go, crap, I'm going to a MotoGP race today. It's like Christmas time for 48 hours straight.
Yeah, that's what I came here for. That's what I got. I partook in it, and it was awesome.